you water down shit so it don't be watered down. You fucking get whatever it is you trying to get, then you use it the way you know to use it. Then you check to see if you're using it correctly. That's not watering it down, but you're getting the chance to use it and make mistakes if you're going to make some mistakes. And it clarifies you, whereas watering shit down makes you avoid making mistakes.
You wanna end yourselves. You're depressed, you're sad, you're lonely, and then here's the key of their drug they laying on you. What do y'all say? How do I get my girl back? How do I get the relationship back? You don't want her back. You want the feeling she gave you because you couldn't give it to yourself. And that's why all these things are going wrong with a lot of you guys, based off the fact that y'all ain't learning the motherfucking game the way you should be.
You learn so much at SW. For instance, we cover things like timing and flow. Without those two things clicking, you will never catch that woman you after. Timing has to do with how fast or how slow your conversation is coming out your mouth. And flow has to do with how you phrase your statements, so the words will flow clearly from your mouth. It's imperative that you have a spiel that introduces or brings the conversation in.
Regardless of what the woman says, or it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter, because he sees himself as a prize. And gentlemen, if you don't see yourself as a prize, you will always run behind women. You will always run behind pussy. It's just a rule of the game, dog. It's just how it is. But what I'm saying to all you guys out there that's important, guys, again, is that the thing is that you have to have some kind of a composure in yourself and a belief in yourself that most of you guys just don't have. The man, or what I tell you, the villain, the guy that gets the woman to want to fuck him and want to be with him, he understands that the real allure and magnetism, again, is not trying to bombard somebody, as I was telling you guys before. It is all about the element of his appeal that he has and holds to himself.
You can if you want to, but I wouldn't just start hitting on the bitch. No, I got 4 or 5 things of interest to me that I'm going to say to her, and her interest with these things is going to tell me if I should talk to this bitch or not. I got a plan for everything. I have a plan for everything. So if you don't, you better get with it. You got to have these initial lines, and you got to be able to spin them smoothly. I teach my students to expect to win. In anything you're doing, expect to goddamn win. If it's about eating breakfast with some partners, still, I ain't trying to be the first one finished, but I'm expecting to win at that. I don't really know anything that I would do that I wouldn't expect to win. And I always do, because I'm expecting no more than what I can do.
Your reality versus the reality we're trying to put you into are worlds apart. Okay? There is no failure in my world. I keep telling you, y'all don't fail. You never fail in your new reality. But when you have an expectation of pussy and you don't get what you want, you see it as a failure because you labeled it as failing.
Kicking game with Rosebud Dean on the scene. Breaking down the play, learning what it means. Picking up women, got the scheme locked in. Macking so hard, got your head in a spin. Rolling in the whip, bass thumping real hot. 808 bumping, every line's a plot. Teaching all the moves, slick talk, straight facts. Confidence so high, ain't no looking back. Game tight, never fumble, understand. Mental playbook, always got the upper hand. Picking up smooth talk, know the plan. King of the scene, no one else can. Mic checking, Dean preaching from the stage. Rosebud smooth, charisma never age. Trap the bass, hearts race, every bar's a sage. Breaking down the code, living in the mage.
All right, hey, Bud. Oh shit, let me flip you up. What's going on, Bud? How you doing, dog?
I'm doing good, bro. How about you?
Man, always the same, man. What's good with you? Hold on a second. Just gotta type this tag on. So talk to me, dog. What's happening with you this weekend? How was your weekend, man?
Man, my weekend, was quiet. To be honest, I didn't really do that much, but I focused. I really did my car this weekend, man. So that's about all I did this weekend. But that was enough for me.
Yeah, I decided to take my I got my old truck. Well, it's not even old. It's only 3 years old. My other truck, I got a few trucks, so I decided to take that one, and it was a truck. Okay, I used to have my truck that had the sunroof on it. I decided to take that and get it back rolling again, so I could drive it again. So I'm gonna get that thing fixed back up.
Okay.
So I'm just doing that.
But you got a few trucks?
Yeah. I got a few of them. So yeah, the one that I'm gonna fix up. I used to teach guys game and how to, because I was teaching guys how to make some side muscles. I mean, that's no side muscles, so side hustles. So I used to show them to like Uber. So I was like doing some Ubering to show young men how to like make some extra money and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was using my truck. I set it up. I showed them all I had in the middle of the truck, I had food and all that. I got to grab a video of it. You got to see it, dog. I'll show you. I'm sure.
You go all the way, Dean. I got to say this about you, man. You go all the way.
Yeah, it's hustle, dog. Let me see if I can find one for you. But yeah, I was hustling, teaching these guys how to make it. If you're gonna do ride sharing, make some money. So I was like, okay, hold on, let me see if I can find it. But yeah, I was just teaching the guys, a lot of young men that, what, you can make this money any old kind of way. But I was picking up women at the same time. So I was teaching them the game. I was teaching them game, but I was also teaching them the hustle. So I was like, yeah, so let me see if I can find something. But that was let me see if I can find it. I don't even know where I did with it, but yeah, so I would fix up the vehicle and all that shit, bud. Showing them all that game.
Yeah. I forgot that brother name, but back when he was doing Uber, and
yeah,
I forget his name, man. I met him through you, but anyway, he was doing it. He said his life changed.
Yeah. Let me see. It's called. Hold on. Let me see if I got it. Hold on. I just want to see if I want to see if I have something I have. Oh, look. I'm gonna download it. Don't laugh at me, bud, but I'll download it, but I'll show you that. I was when I was staying in my you remember I was in my 7-bedroom house, the 7-bedroom joint, when I was living in the 7-bedroom house. So it was years ago. So, but let me show you this though. Don't laugh at me. I was I'm gonna download that shit. But you'll see the basket of food. You'll see the basket of stuff. Because in the truck I had 2 TVs in the back. So one had Netflix on it, and the other one had Amazon Prime, so they could watch TV. I was teaching these guys, like, if you're going to do the ride sharing thing, you need to have some kind of a luxury. I mean, not like a Uber Black, but you need to make people feel like, that they're in a classy type vehicle where they want to, do some sidebar. The women were like, some of the women, the clients, the quote unquote clients, they were like, well, can you pick me up? yourself and I'll pay you. You know what I mean? A little side hustle. So I was just showing guys that, what, people having trouble and all that other stuff to actually hustle and make money, man. So
Hey man, that sound like something that brother was talking about that we was listening to.
yeah. Oh, hey, well, we'll talk about that on the back end. But let me show you a quick, like don't laugh. This is just, I don't even know what this one is. I don't know what this is, but I'm just showing you a little. This is it.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Dean. More Money Driving. And I want to talk to you guys. I only did, what's going on, man? Mindset, guys. I only did 5 hours a day with this stuff. 143.
All right, so I was showing up. Anyway, I was showing. I wanted to find the one with the basket. I got to find the one where I show you my vehicle. You got to see the ride, dog. You got to see how I set that motherfucker up there. I got to find. I'll look and find the one where I was like showing you how I set up my car, like set up not my car, my truck. But that's the truck. So that truck that you see, it's only a few years old, and I haven't even used that. I'm riding in my another truck, but like you say, I'm gonna get that one fixed back up. I'm gonna start because I do a thing like around 1:30 when I'm driving around. I do a thing in the morning, like on Friday morning. So I'm gonna go back to that truck where I'm driving in that motherfucker instead of my other one. So I'm gonna use that one. So
yeah.
So yeah, but
anyway. We got some dope for today, Yeah.
We do, man. And at the end of the day, guys, if you have a question, go ahead and put a Q for you guys out there. Put a Q. We got y'all covered. The lines are open if y'all want to call in. We appreciate y'all guys here. And today we're talking about the real meaning of relationships. So, Bud, what is your take on that, big guy?
Well, most of my topics come from me talking to, one-on-ones with my students. And this came about because I noticed that, now I'm not saying a time period because I don't know the time period, but it's a very short time where these guys start looking for things like from their woman or something, and they haven't really made this relationship like that, and they're being a place of where they can't make moves because they don't know how it's going to be received. So that's where defining the relationship comes in, and you got to know how to do that if you want it to be defined in your favor. I prefer shit in my favor, you know what I mean? But it's really a pivotal moment in the dating game as far as your relationship, and it's where you both are you're gonna get real. At first you don't start out real. You start out just on the fun tip. But then after it gets a little serious, you have to, not draw lines, but you got to make sure everybody know what's going on. And that's something that's very important in a relationship.
Yeah, I think that, well, for me, Bud, I really feel like, and it's the craziest thing, I really feel like the biggest problem, a lot of these people, they want to get into relationships, Bud, but they don't have a relationship with themselves. I think that they're the biggest. I mean, it's just it amazes me how you ask for love, but you don't love yourself. You ask for respect, but you don't respect yourself. You ask for a woman to follow your lead, but you have no leadership material mentally yourself, if that makes any sense. You see what I'm saying?
That make hella sense, man.
Right.
That make hella sense.
Right.
People they're just shallow, man. And if you want somebody to follow you, you better be able to represent leadership.
That's the right there, Bud. Let's talk about
I'm saying you can't expect somebody to follow you and you can't even lead yourself.
Right. But
so the thing about defining the relationship and all of that is you got to take all the bullshit out of the equation. If you one of these type of dudes that just have dreams and you don't have any intention on realizing these dreams, see, you can't be trying to talk about some kind of relationship. Me personally, I wouldn't be with a person that don't, continue or complete their goal, complete their attempts at whatever they're trying to be.
But I think that and this is guys, please get your crayons out and soak this up. I always felt that as you and I, because you and I have been in several relationships, with women and things like that,
Yeah.
that we don't stumble into relationships, you know what I mean? We don't hope for connections, and we don't fall for someone because of surface level attraction, loneliness, or emotional need. You see what I'm saying? I honestly believe, like I say, again, you're older than me, but from what I've seen of you, that you fall into you. You know what I mean? You fall into John Dixon. I mean, your greatest relation. Again, the most admirable thing that going from California to Nevada, like that. That's a to me, that's a man that has the relationship with himself that these young men don't have, where you make the sacrifices and you say, you know what, I'm going to put me first. And it is about me. Like I say, since you're going into the world of John Dixon in a relationship, if the woman is not coming into your world, because you're not going into her shit.
No.
Right. But if she doesn't come into your world and understand that this is how things are going to be, I'm gone. I'm out and feel and can sleep like a baby afterwards, dog.
And the thing about that, I don't need nobody. I don't want to need you or whoever. I want to deal with you. Now, on the female tip, that's 300 times more, because I don't want to need you. I used to need to have hoes, but even though I had all that money, I still was dependent. I'd rather be dependent on me.
Yes.
And I know I'm not gonna fail me. I know I'm not gonna stop. I know I'm gonna keep
Right.
going no matter what, and I ain't got to question myself.
Oh, wait, Bud, you said something huge, and I want to talk on that. Just grabbing that. You said, I know I'm not gonna fail me. I know that's what I'm saying. See, you're gonna do everything you can to make sure you don't fail yourself. But the problem with a lot of these guys is that they put their failures into a woman. They always allow women to determine their self-worth. This is why having a relationship with yourself, Bud, you know what I mean? How we define our relationships is not the woman. My relationship, anything that I define as a relationship, Bud, will never be with a woman, Bud. It will always be with me. I determine well, we have a phone call, but this is getting fired, dog. But let's grab this call real quick and talk to this woman. Area code 732. What's your name, sir, and how can we help you?
My name is Austin, and I just wanted to kick something real quick. I wanted to say on the topic of relationships, if you're just not talking to plenty of women every single day, you're just gonna stumble upon the first one you see, and that could be any woman. She could be the type to kick you in the nuts. She could be the type to take your money and not help you.
Wait, Austin. How old are you, buddy?
21.
Okay, so Austin. Oh, no, we're gonna talk to you, buddy. But no, what's important is, and Bud always talks about listening and talking and get correction. So Austin, just real quick, I want you to kind of take a moment and think about what you just said. You're creating a lie in a scenario in your head that has not happened. You see what I'm saying? A woman kicking you in the nuts and a woman doing these things. Why? This is what we're talking about, having a relationship with yourself. Why would you say something like that to yourself and that has not happened yet in the environment, sir?
I said it because I was using it as a metaphor.
Well, no, wait, no. A man is not no. We don't use metaphors. We use what we are, buddy. See, we can't just make things up to make ourselves feel better, buddy. So I'm asking you, before I throw my boy Rosebud, I'm asking you, why would you say such a thing that is harmful to you? A woman kicking you in a nuts, a woman doing something bad to you. Why would you say something like that? And that hasn't even happened.
That's a good question. I said it because I was trying to make a figure of speech.
Well, no. But a man is not a figure of speech. A man is a man. We don't talk. Men don't talk that way, buddy. And I'm gonna throw the Bud, but we're going to answer your question, but we need to teach you something because a lot of you men, you've already failed going out the door by placing such a high value on women that you're making yourself small. But Bud, what say you real quick on that, Bud? What say you?
First, Austin, are you a student?
Yes, Professor, this is me.
I thought so, man. Haven't I told you this same thing many times? The shit you say, the things you think are just crazy to me. Why do you think this kind of stuff? And why do you think that's what you should focus on? Do you know what
the same way how
you know what he means? Is why you thought about getting kicked in the nuts? Do you know why he asked you that?
It's okay.
No, I'm not really sure why he asked me that.
Well, Austin, it's because, like I told you, you think of the worst case scenario.
Right.
Going out. So you don't have any good thoughts about, growing. I thought you was improving, but to hear you say this stuff, you just was fooling me, man, because why would you think about getting kicked in the nuts instead of thinking about being accepted on another level?
Man, there's no wrong answer. We just asked you, why would you think that way?
Yeah, the reason I thought that and said that was because I was basically, in other words, saying a girl rejecting you. You're going to get out.
Okay,
go
Austin,
out there and get
Austin,
and you don't want a girl to.
Austin,
yeah.
There's no such thing as rejection, Austin. You want to know why? Austin, are you listening to me? Okay, Austin.
Yes.
You can only do what you can do. You cannot. Okay, Austin. Okay, can you change the weather?
No.
Okay, so if it's sunny outside and you want it to rain and it doesn't rain, are you rejected?
No.
No. So how is it that you going up to a woman and she's saying no, a rejection, if you're presenting yourself the best way you can? You cannot force somebody to like you. You can only present yourself. And all I can do is when I roll up on a woman, this is who the fuck I am, the end. And what she thinks, what she does, what she says, I don't give a fuck, because that's none of my business, because I'm just presenting myself. But I cannot allow a woman to make me look at my self-worth, a complete stranger. Say, just because she says no, wait, awesome, ask a question. If I walked up on a woman and she says she has a man, isn't she allowed to have a man?
Of course.
So how would she reject me unless I, Austin, am setting an expectation of that woman? And it seems like you're being rejected because you're not setting any expectations of yourself, what Bud and I are talking about, and you're setting expectations on a woman. You're expecting every woman you talk to take a knee and follow Austin. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, it does make sense.
Right. So what I'm saying to you is okay, one more scenario, but so when you go to McDonald's and let's say you order a hamburger, right? Or you go to let's say you order something. Have you ever ordered something and they told you they were out of it?
Yes.
Did you feel rejected?
No.
Exactly. What did you do? You either ordered something else or you went to another place to get what you wanted. Yes?
Yes.
So what's the difference between what I just told you right now and a goddamn woman?
There's nothing.
Right. So how can you feel rejected then? If she says I have a boyfriend, which is her right. She's not interested in you, which is her right. She's dating somebody, which is her right. So where do you get the rejection from? Where is she rejecting you?
Austin, the rejection comes as you walk up to her because you're already thinking of ways to defend the rejection she hasn't even done yet.
Right, created in your mind that you're already losing. You got in your mind that this woman's going to tear you. Hey, bud, you know what it is? That's what we call judging, young man, judgments.
Yeah, but also the thing is, if you have not completely been honest with yourself, so you would fool yourself into thinking these things that you be thinking, Austin. You think things that will allow you to lose. You do not think things that promote winning. Otherwise, if I walk with the baby, man, I want to be thinking that she gonna be blushing and all kind of shit because I'm just seeing me walk up. But no, you think she's thinking about kicking you in the nuts and she's thinking about embarrassing you. The problem is what you expect, and I'm not on Dean's side as far as you're not being rejected. I don't think you're being rejected either, but rejection comes from what you get from what you did. Otherwise, if you say to this woman, you walk up to her, is just because you're going up to her, does that mean she has to like you?
Absolutely not.
Does it mean she has to respond to you the way you want her to respond?
No.
So what I'm saying is, if those answers are true, you wouldn't feel rejected because it's her option. And otherwise, if you touched her and she said, "Get your nasty ass fucking hands off me," now that's rejecting you. But in the situation where you coming up to talk to somebody, but for whatever reason they don't want to talk to you, if you feel rejected, that's because you're a loser. Because think of the life I was in and how many times I walked up to some woman and she said, "Hell no." I'm saying that happened so many times, I wouldn't have been able to do what the fuck I did if it mattered to me. You got to look at shit in the reality of the shit. If she does not want to deal with you, I don't want to deal with you because I don't like short dudes and I don't like people who look like you, blah, blah, blah. Then she rejecting you, man.
Right. So, okay, Austin, look at this. So, and Bud is absolutely right on this. So, think about this. Do you understand you're rejecting yourself?
Yes, but
nothing. Wait.
my
But there's no
original.
but. Wait. But
Okay.
wait. I know. Okay, buddy. We're gonna get to your original question. But see, this is the important thing about what Bud and I are doing. We've got to do. Okay, I want you to understand the depth of the game. Okay, I know you want an answer to your problem. But the problem is that they are sub problems that create the problem that you're having. And this is what Bud and I are doing. We're going to get to your problem. But see, here's the thing. A lot of people don't understand the depth of the game. So most guys say, well, I've got this. Well, what do I do? That's not the problem. What we're showing you right now are the reason why we're going to get to your problem. Because
I actually didn't have a problem. I just had a statement. I was just
but your statement shows you have problems. That's what you don't understand. A man doesn't make a statement of a woman's gonna kick me in the nuts, reject me, and all that shit you saying, buddy. That's what I'm saying. Your statement, okay? Your statement, okay?
Hey man, if you was a professional baseball player and you struck out, does that mean you're a strikeout artist?
No.
Well, I'm saying, why every single woman that goddamn rejects you, in your words, I mean, you lost to them as far as that go. Why isn't it?
No, I don't think that.
Well, what do you think?
I think I got rejected. I don't feel the loss though, but I just say, all right, she didn't want none. I'm on to the next. I'm going to the next restaurant.
Well, I don't think you think that way for real.
Yeah, bro.
You're saying that, and that's the right thing to say, but I just don't see this coming from you if you really thought that. See, you make yourself think and say the correct things, but you don't do and live the way you say. The things that you say are just things that you heard that sounds good and you kind of know how to use them in context, So you use them if that's the case. But we've already went over. Who gives a fuck what this broad say? Do you actually care what they say, man?
Yeah, to a certain extent. I mean, I'm not 100%. I just don't care yet. I'm not at that point yet, but yeah.
Well, you need to understand halfway is just halfway, and you're not there. You got to get to where you ain't really giving a fuck what she say unless you what the fuck you want to hear.
Hey, but I mean, Austin, that's the point we're trying to make. When you get into a relationship with Austin, which you don't have one, Austin, you don't see it right now. The more you are like us and say fuck them, you'll get more of them wanting to fuck with you. Does that make sense, Austin?
Yeah, it makes sense. That's what the hell. That's
hey,
that's what I'm teaching at SWU. The more you say fuck them, the more they want to fuck with you.
Right. So that's what we're saying. I know I know in your mindset you think that you got to put them on this magical pedestal like they're special and shit. But again, Austin, I'll say this as I am, Austin. If that fucking bitch has a horizontal pussy, Austin, I'm going to cry, beg, and do everything I can in the world to get that pussy. Because motherfucking horizontal pussy, hey, bud.
Nigga ain't had none of that.
They never had no horizontal pussy before, dog. But until I run into one,
as long as that shit perpendicular, fuck
it. Yeah, Austin. So until I can see one, I'm gonna say fuck them, and that's not being. Hey, Austin, we're not saying fuck these women as a mean thing. We're saying fuck them because they're not special to us until they prove they're special. So how? But that's what Bud is trying to get you to connect. You're too busy trying to fuck with women, but you're not fucking with yourself.
The thing is, he doing what a lot of dudes do. They want to rationalize shit, and you rationalize it with some common bullshit. You can't rationalize this shit. You either accept it or not. And once you accept it, you make it very clear to yourself that you accepted it by living it. And if you don't live it, your dreams are going to show you that you're not living it. I mean, it's going to come into you in all kind of ways. But the best thing for a person like you, Austin, is to stop bullshitting your goddamn self. Fuck a test. See, you one of those result type dudes. If I do good on the test,
right. Book smart, street stupid.
Yeah, fuck that, man. You got to be smart enough to flip shit that's happening now. Some broad is saying whatever the fuck. You should be able to read she ain't into you, and you should be the one talking about you gone. But no, you got to sit there and talk to her until you see clearly she don't want to fuck with you. Man, that's because you don't believe in you.
Right.
You don't believe you have any animal magnetism. You don't believe that if you believed you had animal magnetism and some broad is talking to you and acting all nonchalant, wouldn't that mean she's not material that you would be magnetized to you or whatever the fuck?
Yeah, if she's quiet, she's shutting herself off. She's nonchalant. I don't want anything to do.
Well, I'm saying you're supposed to read that shit in conversations. You're not supposed to let that shit drop on you.
Yeah, that's like that's coming from the side, dog. You gotta
be honest, Austin. Do you read and anticipate that shit, or does it just fall on you and suddenly you realize it?
No, I anticipate it. I see exactly where the conversation's going. Usually 2 or 3 sentences before.
Okay, so wait. If you see it and it's not where you want it to be, do you continue talking till it's done?
I keep talking until I say what I wanted to say, and then I gauge on what
Hey, see, that's where you wrong, man.
Wait.
That's where you wrong.
What do you wait? What is he doing? Wait. You're trying to wait. You're trying to gauge it. What are you talking about?
Hey, Dean, when I be saying rationalize, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. They need to rationalize the shit. So unless he can gauge it, whatever the fuck he means, it's not gonna be cool. What I'm saying is, the moment you think this bitch ain't worth it, cut the conversation.
Right. That's it. Right. But you're right.
I give them assignments. Look, I want you to go say one line only and stop and leave. Well, then this is why I'm doing this. So when you get in shit that you see ain't going your way, you stop it. And I'm telling you, you're going to feel 30 times better as you walk away from that shit than you feel when there's another failure, another rejection. Man, how come you can't be the one rejected?
Well,
I'm the one who rejected.
Well, you can't be the one rejecting when you talk the way you talk. Again, remember, you're not listening, Austin, Austin, you said about women, a mythical woman that you have not even met yet, that she's going to do harm to you and disrespect you.
No, I said you don't, you want to weed out those women. You want to talk to a lot so you don't run into someone like that.
Yeah, but Austin, no one wants to run into a woman.
Nobody wants to run into that.
Nobody does, but they don't start out thinking about that, bitch.
Okay, watch this. All right, Austin, do you think you want to get robbed by? Do you want to go out your door and get robbed by someone by gunpoint?
No.
Okay. Nobody wants that, but we still go shopping. You see what I'm saying? I mean, we don't go out our door saying, "Well, hey, bud, I'm gonna go to Walmart and I'm gonna go get some." But wait, but I don't want to get robbed. I don't want to carjack me and all this other stuff. There is danger out your door, but you still go out your door regardless of the danger. Yes, you know there are people out there who can carjack you and can rob you, but hey, bud, do you ever walk out your door and be like, hey, Dean, I'm gonna go to Walmart and shit, get some cookies, but hey, I gotta watch out for those people gonna rob me. Gotta watch out for those people gonna carjack me.
Well, see, I've already prepared myself for that, not to be robbed,
right?
But for life. Otherwise, what I'm saying is, no, I never have to think about that shit.
Yes,
I prepared myself for it. That's why I do not have to trip on what a bitch is talking about, because I prepared myself with that too. I'm into me, period. That bitch ain't gonna say it, but she into her. And if you listen to that bullshit, you gonna be into her. Why the fuck you can't be into you?
Right. The key word, into you, Austin. That's where the problem is going for most men. You're not into Austin.
Austin, I think this is one of the first conversations where this part came out. I think I might have missed it. That's where you are making the big mistake. You are not into you at all.
At all. Right. At all.
Very little, if any. You know, you walk around like you're on eggshells.
A chicken little. I call that chicken little.
Yeah. Life is not like that. It's only like that because you haven't decided about you.
Right.
If you decide about you today and you go out and you do something tonight, you liable to rationalize why you shouldn't do it.
Exactly.
That's fucked up. Based on some you seen that went adverse to whatever the fuck you done made your determination to, you liable to change it because you can see the other side. Just because you know the shit you know, or we know the shit we know, that don't mean we can't see the other side. That means the other side, by choice, does not affect us. Period. We can see it. We make that decision immediately when something's jumping off. We don't have to think about it. We don't have to make some kind of example. We go our gut, and our gut tell us what's right.
So what about the statement that you want to tell us? Because I'm sure there's going to be a question with that, Austin.
Well, there wasn't a question, but when you guys were talking about relationships, I was making the point, you need to go out, a fella needs to go out and talk to as many women as possible.
No.
And if he doesn't,
no.
I agree with that.
Well, no, wait. This is why, wait, but I agree, but this is why I disagree with him. Okay, you're 100% right, but 1,000,000% wrong. It doesn't matter if you go out and talk to 1,000,000 women. If you don't believe in yourself, shit is not gonna work, Austin. Listen. There's a difference between a man that's in a relationship with himself that talks to 100 women versus a person that doesn't believe in himself. Go and talk to 100 women. It's gonna be
yeah, Dean. But the where I disagree is that person that don't really know. He ain't gonna never know if he don't go out there and do it. But first, he gotta accept. He got to do way more than he been doing.
Well, no,
I talk to way more women. Now he gonna whatever gets smacked until he learn what the sharper motherfucker know. He gonna when he talk to 100 women, he liable to get 80 or 90 pieces of action, real action. Whereas this dude that don't know shit talk to 100 might get one.
Well, no, but Bud, I see what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, Austin, when you learn a game, you just don't go talking to women. You have a plan. Because what happens if you start talking to the woman, Austin, and she's talking back at you? What the fuck are you gonna do then? Because if you're just going out there to talk without a plan, it's gonna fucking fail, Bud. You're just going over there, Bud. But think about this. If he doesn't walk out, okay, that's what sidewalk and we do. We hook him up with plans on the back end, the just in case scenarios. But Austin, if you're just going to talk to women, you can go talk to them. But where are you leading them? Why are you leading them there? What are you trying to accomplish? Or do you just want to talk to them? And wait, Austin, when you talk to them, what are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking about anything that interests me. But what I'm really trying to do is actually, I want to guess things. And the more I guess and get those things correct, the more I actually believe in my ability to lead the conversation in the future.
But he said guess. What does he mean by guess?
Well, man, I kind of know what he's talking about with that, but you're using that wrong. You do want to be able to guess what's going on. If she's trying to be coy or whatever, don't tell you something. You should be able to guess what it is, or not really guess what it is, but you should, in your own mind, say, well, man, this bitch got to be talking about woo-woo. And that's a guess, is what I'm saying.
Well, but you made a guess. You said something earlier that you know when you're wasting your time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have to guess that shit. You can tell when a woman is interested and when she's not. And at that point, like you said, you cutting it off and you gone. Well,
and see, Austin won't do that.
That's the point I was just about to make. He's going to keep trying to talk to her and try to convince her.
But that's because Austin don't believe in Austin.
Right, which means it goes back to the point of before he walks out his door. Why, if he talks to 100 women, Bud, which is a good thing, look at his mindset and what he's thinking about himself when he talks to the women.
Yeah, and plus, when he do talk to him, he keeping score.
Oh my God! And you don't keep score. Wait, Bud, you did talk. I love that. That's a statement you've been saying for years, decades now. You don't keep score, man.
And fuck it, mother man. I ain't trying to. I'm speaking to all of them that I want to speak to. Period. If it's 100 in a day, or 100 in a week, or 1,000, that's how many you're speaking to. But I'd be damned if I count how many say yes. I mean, how many say no. The only motherfucker I care about is the one or two that say yes.
Yeah, because
I'm making my shit easier. I fucking work smarter, not harder.
And we don't even keep scoring how much pussy we get. So why we keep scoring the women we talk to?
Hey man, when you keep score, if you could keep score, you fucking ain't getting enough pussy.
Right. Right. If you know your lay count, then there's a problem. Hey, bud, you should be like, oh, I can't even remember.
Hey, motherfucker should only say, yeah, I fuck.
Yeah, I fuck. Yeah, I got to, because I had a client.
That's all I can say. Shit.
Right. I had a client yesterday asked me, his girl asked him, how many bodies does he have? How the fuck do you even answer that? Hey, bud, I've been fucking since fucking 13. When have you been fucking since?
About that age or 12.
Right. So we old motherfuckers. So someone asks us that, do you really think?
Hey, but see what we talking about today, determining the relationship or defining the relationship. That's what he needs to do with himself.
Yes.
Because he's got a wide open relationship with himself. He thinks something correctly.
Yes.
And then he'll think something to deny what he already thought correctly, and he'll do something in the middle. And you could admit this, Austin. I'm on you all the time about that, right or wrong.
Right.
Now, my biggest disappointment is that I gotta say you one of my fucking students, and you've been a student. And what's disappointing is here's a chance for you to show your growth. And you show you right where you were before, regardless if you have different things to say, whereas before you didn't have shit to say. But you learned a lot of shit fucking with me, and now you got a lot of shit to say. But it's not information for you. It's information, but information that you're not using properly becomes clutter.
Does that make any sense, Austin?
That makes sense. Now, you first have to master anything. You first have to use it incorrectly before you finally learn how to use it correctly. Correct?
How many times have you been using it correctly? See what I'm saying? You always rationalize shit. How many fucking times have you been using that shit correctly? And I told you it was incorrect.
Hey, Bud, you know what he doesn't understand? It's the book Smart Street Stupid. You're just repeating and regurgitating things, but you're not living the thing. You're hey, Bud, you know, if I jump in water, I'm gonna get wet, or water is wet, or it's cold outside. You're just saying shit.
Hey, Austin. Now, what I'm saying, didn't I tell you if you take this shit anywhere, a motherfucker with some game is gonna see that shit and smash you? It's just off the top, man. You exposing yourself when you say shit like that. And he was serious about it. Man.
Yeah, Layman, we got you. Green, we got you in a second, dog. We got you. Just give us a second.
Hey, Austin, what you need to do is re-listen to this call. And you need to really hear yourself, man.
Yeah.
You don't sound fucked up. Just the shit you saying is fucked up.
Right. The statements that you're making, because you don't have again, we're talking about the relationship you need to have with yourself. That's what changes the game up. You cannot demand anything of a woman that you're not demanding of yourself, brother.
You ain't even in the game if you ain't checking yourself.
Man, goddamn, exactly. They not even in the game, man. They at home sleeping. Not even on the bus to go to the locker room to change.
Oh, man, I'm just saying, man. Hey, but you know something though? I'm glad he called though, because
thank you, Austin.
At least exposure.
Yes.
Did you learn anything, Austin?
Austin?
I'm kind of confused on what you guys are saying.
Austin, wait. Don't go. Wait. Then we don't want you to leave. We don't want you hanging up confused. That's not what we want. So talk to us, Austin. What is it that you don't understand, buddy? Talk to us.
Well, how could you guys? What is it that I'm saying that you guys can tell all of these things from?
Because we're something that you're not.
Hey, it's because we are into ourselves and we think what we think. So when we hear Austin, what was the question you asked when you first came on? What was the situation you described? What was it?
The situation I described was, I said, fellas nowadays, young men need to go out and talk to as many women if they want to be successful dating, because if they don't, they're just going to stumble on the first woman that they see. And that woman could kick them in the nuts. That woman could be one who just takes their money, and they think that that's a real woman.
Okay, stop. Me hearing that, I didn't really disagree with most of what you said, but as soon as you said stumble on the one that's gonna kick you in the nuts, which is what got Steve started, I'm thinking why the first bitch can't be the bitch that you dream of, because now you're looking for somebody in particular. I mean, why can't you think of a good thing to say about it, which means you feel good about yourself, which means you're telling yourself all the proper things when you talk to yourself, instead of saying that wrong thing, which means you look down on what you think, which means you're negative about how you feel. Do you see that?
Yeah, but Bud,
Okay.
but
Yes.
Bud, you're so right. But Austin, that's where you went wrong. Okay, Austin. The thing that I caught, okay, because when I talk to this motherfucker above me, he don't talk about other motherfuckers. He's always doing the thing that I've known him to do since I've known that motherfucker, and he only talks about him.
Selfish and conceited bastard.
He doesn't talk about other men. So the thing is, that's where I caught it. I think with you, young man, you made a statement about other men. You didn't say me. You didn't say me, my, or I. You're talking about them, which shows me that you're not about I. And I know an I motherfucker because this motherfucker above me, this is all.
Hey, the thing about it, they got to realize, man, it's a real job to be selfish and conceited. Because if you got any heart, you're gonna try to be, what is that, benevolent or something, but whatever that word is, you gonna wanna share. I wanna share if you can take your share, but if you think I'm gonna give you the share, you mistaken. Dean, where you at? So it's just on you, on your end? Okay, so people still on, they could hear me, you saying? Yeah, go ahead, talk. Oh, okay. All right, look. Let me go on into what, we was talking about today. There's signs that you can see that show you it's time to define the relationship. Now, it's time to define things, whether it's plus or minus. You spend a lot of time together, and feelings are getting stronger or fading. Either way, something needs to be done. And when you be quiet at this point, when you don't have anything to say, probably because you don't think it's important or whatever the reason. See, this is when you're just accepting shit, and it will go haywire. It's at, moments like these when, clarity is needed, and you need to be cool, calm, and collective so you can, provide clarity, period. See, if you're wondering if they're seeing other people, that's another sign. Your sanity is just much more important than you guys, the importance you put on it. So defining the relationship, you're emotionally invested, but you're not really sure where you stand. That kind of shit, you need clarity. You just need it. When you don't get the clarity, when you don't have clarity, you end up doubting yourself as a man because you're dealing with this and you don't really know what's going on. You don't want that. You don't want it. You don't want that type of life. I know I don't want that type of life. I don't
Oh,
want.
there you go. I'm sorry. Yeah, rolling blackout, dog. They still working on the generator and shit. So don't worry.
You good?
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, just they're working on the what you call it, the generator, the backup generator. So they flip some switches, I guess. Anyway, we're back. So guys, got a question. I know we have a few questions, guys. Austin, we can't. I'll call Austin back, but just so we can finish the conversation with him because we don't want to leave him confused and everything. So I don't want him to think that we also hung up on him as well. So I had to start.
Nah, man, because I was just talking, but they probably was hearing me, but I wasn't hearing you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, let me call Austin. I'll call Austin back and we'll continue. But yeah, we got your questions and everything. You see me answer.
Hey, fellas.
Okay, sorry, Austin. I didn't mean. Hey, Austin, that was on me, buddy. I got people doing some work in the backyard, so shits get cut off. But anyway, what's going on, Austin? Go ahead, bud. You can talk to Austin. You got it, bud.
Yeah, but what's your confusion again, Austin?
Well, I didn't really have a confusion, but I guess at this point, what I got from this is next time when I make an example, talk about myself. Fuck other guys. I'm not them. And if I was talking about myself, I need to choose better language because that language reflects exactly what I'm
There you go, Austin. I like that.
Hey,
I like that.
Hey, wait, Dean. This is why he disappointed me because he's sharp like that. But then when it's time for action, he act like he don't know shit. Now, Austin, that shit you said there was exactly the right thing to say in the right way to feel. But what's also right is action afterwards. So you need to call us next week and tell us what you did purposely instead of on an accident. Let's discover some shit you was looking for. Intent. You remember I told you if you don't have any intentions, then you ain't finna get shit.
Right. Okay. I'll take that to mind. I'll go get myself focused on something. And we'll open this back up next week.
Well, Austin, it was a great call, man, and we appreciate you, big guy. We just don't want to leave you confused, dog. If you can never leave a conversation confused, okay? Just remember that, okay, buddy? Don't ever leave a conversation confused. Make sure you leave with clarity of understanding something, okay?
I will, Steve.
All right.
Good. Represent, man. That's what's happening.
Right,
good job, Austin. All right, we'll throw you back in. All right, guys. So lines are open, guys. Let me get this question. This person, Layman Green, said, "Can you sum up the real meaning of a relationship with one word? Me." Oh, that's all I got. Me. What? What was so funny, bud? What?
Hey, I got to use two words, John Dixon.
You're John Dixon, but yeah, but me. What do you mean?
And that me is spelled in all caps.
Yeah, he didn't say two words. He said one. Me.
Right.
Me, come on, dog. That's what we saying to y'all guys, man. Y'all don't have any relationships with yourself. Me.
And the thing about it, if they developing a relationship with themselves, they fall short because they don't really challenge themselves to whatever that relationship showed them was missing.
Yeah.
You know, if we find something that's missing or lagging or slacking,
yes, then
we jumping on it.
Oh, all day.
Period. I mean, we ain't like perfect people, but it's just something about us. It ain't. I can't have a sentence in the story I'm writing not sound right. I could pass it up, but I'm going back to it. I'm gonna make that sentence sound right for me in what I'm doing. And that's just how I am. It's all about me and what I think.
Yeah, you said for me though. That's the key. You said for me.
Yeah,
for me. That was the key there. Let me hold on, dog. I got everything's coming on. I turn my TV. My TV's blasting. Shit. But go ahead, bud. Talk. I'm gonna go on mute. Go ahead and talk. We gotta turn.
So really, the way you have one of these kind of conversations is You know, I don't know how common of a thing it is for you, Dean, to see, you know, how much honesty. Well, I know you see how much honesty have to do with damn near everything we talk about.
Yes.
Everything from loving yourself to knowing how to, you know, defend off this or that. You got to be truthful and honest with yourself. So the number one thing you got to do when you have any kind of conversation, especially one serious as this one would be, is trust your honesty, and you don't be demanding, and you speak from your experience. You know, I really enjoyed getting to know you and shit. You know, I mean, I'm not saying, you know, how well you want to make that statement, but I'm saying is you speak honestly, and you tell them what you really think and how you really feel. And let's say you feel like you're building something, you tell them, I really, you know, like to get to know you, and I feel like we're building something, and whatever. Be willing to hear her say, well, that's not where I'm coming from. You don't want to expect it, but I mean, you can't expect it if you're being premature. But what I'm saying is, you have to be ready for, you know, everything. And when it happens, roll with it. You got to know that.
No, you absolutely have to go roll with it. Guys, if you have a question, please put a Q. There are no dumb questions. Go ahead and call in. We got you covered, and we want to help you guys out to be able to see the difference in relationships, Bud. And that's what we're talking about today. So, Bud, let's talk more about the relationship with you and the standard that you have to yourself, and what are relationships to you. Like, what is it for you? Like, how do you look at how you set up yourself for a woman that's going to come into your life? Keyword, woman that's going to come into your life, because you're never going into hers. But what's the thought on that?
Well, the thing about me is, I don't want you to think I'm like a neat freak or anything like that, but I have shit in a particular order.
Yes.
And when immediately when the second time she come over, I started paying attention to how she let my shit alone. You know, now if the bitch move in, I'm sure some changes is gonna be, you know, whatever. I ain't tripping like that. But coming in, she needs to really give me my props. And she coming into my crib, she could comment on it, whatever. Guy, your refrigerator full. You got all these pots and pans. Can you cook? You know, all that shit is cool. But taking over, moving my pots, moving my silverware, you know, and you know, I got that medicine I got to take, and that shit need to be in the refrigerator. One bitch came over here and left my shit on the counter. Man, she had to go.
She had to, wait, hold on a second. Wait. Gentlemen, this is why a lot of y'all are always going to continue to lose. You ask a question, and because the question doesn't fit your reality, you feel that you have to give us a more tangible definition. Okay, Bud, this is why so many young men will never, ever get and be in good relationships, because the answer, whether you gave them 2 words, Bud. I gave 1, which you gave the 2, which is technically the 1. We give them the answer, but the answer is so profound in the statement that it goes over their head.
Well, hey, Dean, this didn't go over his head. He just is a soft motherfucker, and he not bold enough to say he the shit. You know, you bold enough to say it. That's why that answer, you said me, and I said John Dixon.
Yeah.
But to him, he couldn't say that. He's not bold enough to say that shit.
Right. But because he wasn't bold enough, he feels that he wants to tell us what it means to him. Yeah, that's like a loser trying to tell a winner what he thinks. Nobody gives a fuck what you. Okay, wait. A zebra going up to a lion and saying, "Well, let me give you my thought, Mr. Lion. Let me get the fuck out of here."
Hey, let me give you my thought about you eating me. I just don't think you should do it. Shit, man, these people are something else, man. In by any means, I would stand up for myself. I would have called on the train.
Oh
I'd
my
say, you
God.
might not be able to hear me real good, but I'm on the train, and I'd have said whatever the fuck this motherfucker think he want to say.
Oh man, gentlemen, what we're trying to show you goes beyond your thinking right now. That's why it's hard for you to process what we're saying. I get it. You want this I think he wants a homework, like work, like, you know, wait. Now watch. I'm gonna give you a homework, and I'm gonna let Bud give you one. Now, Bud, he wants say, well, if you let her go, and if the time is right, and she can see your value, she'll come back to you. Now, let me give Bud one. Now, Bud, when you let him go, we'll start with now serving. Now, here's Bud's homework. Bud, what is your homework, Mermaid?
My hallmark is now serving number 28 at window number 3.
There you go. We got a call. Hold on. We got a call. That's beautiful. 470. What's your name? What's your question, buddy? 470. Are you there? Hello.
Yeah, what's up? Y'all can hear me?
Okay, sir, can you fix your phone? You sound like you're in a bathroom or something. Can you fix your phone?
All right.
Yeah, there you go. Me? Yes. What's going on? What's your name? What's your question, buddy? What's up? Okay, no, his phone. All right, call back. Your phone service cut you off. It wasn't me. I'll call him because I don't want to think we hung up on him because sometimes they think we're mean. So I'll try him. And okay, you there, buddy?
Yeah, hello.
Your phone cut off.
This lineman. Yeah, okay. I'm on the train.
Okay, so
I'm on the train. Have my Bluetooth on. I took it out.
Good, because that shit is.
Oh, this the guy that was on the train.
Yes.
All right, we can hear you fine, bro.
Now you're perfect. What's going on, dog? And we got you next. We got you next.
If it cut off, just know I'm on the train, so I'll call back if anything. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Let me let y'all know that I'll be listening. That niggas is cool. I ain't gonna lie. Like ever since I remember Rosebud was like, you know what I mean, you gotta be gears. You gotta treat the bitch like gears, and you know, there's just a lot of game y'all be having. So I definitely want to salute both of y'all. And
but you said you asked a question about relationships. Like, why'd you ask that about relationships?
All right, because you know how this new generation is. It's
no,
like, you know, we are.
There's nothing new under. Wait, hold on, young man. There's nothing new under the sun. Remember that. That's the first excuse that we have to stop saying because of this new generation. There's a lion changed being a lion in 44 AD or something. Is it?
Well, this new generations of lions, they don't roar.
Well, they don't roar, but I'm saying
hey, Dean, I'm bullshit. I know. The new generation, the old generation of lions, they all the fucking same.
They all the same. So you gotta watch out everything that you think. Okay, please understand. When you say something, those that have game are going to see what you actually are about what you say. So the moment you said the new generation, that's an excuse that you're about to use to what you're going to say next. Does that make sense, young man?
That makes a lot of sense. You know, I'm 31. I ain't got no kids.
Okay.
You know, I actually took a little break because I ain't like I just read. I'm actually street smart. I'm book dumb.
Well, so, no.
Think and Grow Rich. Like I let you talk. Like let me just finish.
No, sir. Okay, sir. Please.
Like,
Sir. Please, one thing at a time. It is our job to not just teach you, but it is our job to teach people. When people like you say some stupid ass shit that we have to correct you. You're saying you're something that you're not. Motherfuckers who are street smart can recognize a person that is street smart. Because
i.e. game recognize game.
Exactly. A street smart motherfucker will never talk about the generations and all that shit that you're saying. So from the moment you said what you said, sir, and I'm gonna let you finish your statement, but it would be disingenuous of us not to correct you when you're saying some silly shit, big dog. Does that make? I'm gonna let you finish, but we got to give you correction. So it's not about let you finish. We'll let you finish, but if we allow you to finish, without correcting you, then we're doing everybody listening to us a disservice. Does that make any sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
Okay, so please continue. But we're gonna, if we cut you off, it's because you're saying some bullshit or some silly shit that we need to get clarification on. Is that okay with you?
That's cool.
Okay.
I mean, you're gonna think shit is silly. You
Wait.
World.
It's not thinking silly. It's just that you made a statement that you're lying. You're saying you're street smart. So what? Okay. Can we agree?
What part of the game you got, bro?
So I'm saying that
No, I didn't ask you what you're saying. What part of the game you have? That's what that.
You said again. You talking when I was talking. Go ahead.
Listen, brother. Listen. You said you the one said you was brought up on the streets, or you street smart. So what part of the game?
I know.
So what part of the game do you have? We listening. Tell us about the street smart person that's talking about the generation.
All right. So when I was trying to say that, I was saying after COVID, everybody socialized and then got to a dull place. And the whole thing about Think and Grow Rich, I'm not sure if you read that book. That was like my second book in my life.
Okay,
I read.
okay, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, sir. You know what books we read?
I don't even give a shit.
Well, no, because I'm gonna tell you books that we read to show you why we're better, smarter, and greater than you. This person on above me read a book called John Dixon. The book I read called Steve Williams. So those are motherfucking books we only need to know right for at the point of.
Not only did we read them, we wrote them.
God, fuck you, and narrated it and edited it, motherfucker.
Hey.
So
made the soundtrack.
Right. So you think you go rich, you can read all the shit you want, but look where it's coming from. It doesn't matter what you read. You don't have any game. Listen to you. Now you're bringing up COVID. Wait, let me get it straight. You're bringing up the generation, and now you're bringing up COVID. And then you want to give us a tangible explanation of relationships? Please enlighten us. Please.
That's why he's mentioning these events.
This is crazy to me.
So first off, because Dean, I don't even know like where you keep cutting me off in 10 seconds. Just know, if you never heard of Frankie Lyman, just keep that in mind. My name ain't Layman, it's Lyman. And I got a book also. It's not called Lyman Green, but I got a book too. So the thing about what I'm saying with COVID and people done got really fucked up, I actually just made a post in the beginning of the year. How could you have a love life if you don't love life? So the thing that I was saying with my question, to stay on topic, you're saying you don't have one word, and your word is to say your name. The more tangible thing that I was saying in there was that, I believe there's another word instead of saying your name. That
what is the word?
Because you could be a hateful motherfucker.
Sir, what is the word? What is the word?
Connection.
To what?
To you, people, places, and things. Let me help you out. So when I read Think and Grow Rich,
oh my God,
there was a chapter in there. He was talking about, how sex is like a creative energy. And I took my break for a reason because I didn't know I was gonna read this book and stumble on this information. But the whole thing about how dudes is out here, because we're gonna pertain it to just dating, right? The thing about connecting, and you saying, because I didn't disagree. I just said that I have a more tangible word. So the thing about you having that connection with a higher power than above yourself, and you having a connection with that shorty that you're gonna walk up on, regardless if she want to talk to you. I said hella game on the last call to Austin. That was tight, real talk. I don't give a fuck if you want to fuck me. I'm glad I made you giggle. I know my shit tight. So the whole thing about
just don't know how you sound.
Sir, you sound so fucking goofy. You
don't know how you sound.
This got to be the most goofy ass shit. Call it. Wait, watch this. Hold on. Your shit is so tight. When you see a woman, why don't you enlighten us and tell us what you say to women? The last woman that you talked to says your shit is so tight. Tell us what you said to her. What was that conversation?
I said, what's up?
Huh?
I could talk to you real quick. I was eating. I was sitting down on a bench.
Okay.
And I seen her looking. She ain't want to look up. I said, you pretty. Why you got your head down? Come over here. Let me talk to you.
Wait. What made her pretty?
My dick was getting hard.
But then that tells me you have no, there's nothing wrong with your dick getting hard, but I'm asking you, what is it? If you have game is what game does, right? So isn't pretty is what pretty does? So what did she
I
do
don't
to
even
make
know
her?
what that means. That's
Well,
out my
oh my
generation.
God!
You gotta enlighten me what pretty is, what pretty does.
Hey man, that pretty is what pretty does mean. A real beautiful bitch could be the fucked uppest bitch in the world because of her actions.
Thank you.
Okay.
So,
okay. So I all right.
so then after you told her
So
she
yeah,
was
yeah.
pretty, and no,
Yeah,
after you told her she was
I
pretty,
agree because
no,
the whole thing with pretty is what pretty does. That's the whole reason I said connection.
no.
Because
Let's go
it's
back.
not a
Let's go back.
relationship just because I'm talking with
No,
you.
let's go back to the woman
I
that's sitting
gotta
on the
okay,
bench.
go ahead.
Let's go back to the woman sitting on the bench. What did you say next to her?
She kept on walking. She was scared. So I kept on eating my
You
I don't know
think?
if you know about millet.
What you
So
think?
I had some millet.
Why do
Yeah.
you think she was scared?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
wait,
don't
wait.
know
You
what
really
trauma
don't
she
know?
going
Wait,
through.
wait,
I
wait,
don't know
wait.
what she's seeing on my I
You
don't know what she going
really
through
don't
looking at
know.
me. I don't know what she going through with a dude hollering
Wait,
out in
wait.
So let me help you out. Dudes don't really be out here trying to really get at nothing. They really be tricking and simping for a bit. So, you know, excuse my language. They be tricking and simping for a lady, for a shorty that they want. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with her. It ain't got nothing to do with me though.
Do you often use words that you don't know what they mean?
Nah, see, I'm saying everything I know.
Okay, let me ask you something.
I told you OG out of
Hey,
respect.
let me ask you something,
When I
Mr.
say
Street
trick,
Smart
that
motherfucker.
means really buying.
Can you listen
When I say
or what?
trick, that means being feminine. For
Caller. Can you
Go ahead.
please be quiet so he can say something? We let you talk. See,
I'm trying to, you say you don't ever use words that you don't know what they mean, but I already heard you use one just 2 minutes ago, not even 2 minutes ago. Simp. What does it mean?
Simping mean you being feminine for a bitch. You can't
No.
to that bitch.
No. Simp is an acronym. It means suckers imitating master players. And that's what a simp is. And that's what all you motherfuckers be doing. Because all of y'all simps. You a real simp because you ain't got no game. You gonna try to use some slick shit and don't even know what it means. What kind of motherfucker do that?
Nah, you know, I'm in the world of masculinity and femininity.
Oh
you know,
my
I ain't
Hey, you in the world of masculinity and femininity, if that's the case, and you whatever you say to come out your mouth, but actions speak louder than words. And I can recognize you from 1,600 miles away.
Caller.
The thing about you saying I don't know the
Caller,
word
will
simp.
you stop with
Oh,
this?
D,
Will you
respectfully, D,
please?
hold on.
Come on, no,
Respectfully,
dog, no.
OG.
It's
Hey
not.
man, don't nobody have to respect you if you don't respect yourself.
Caller,
I have a
look.
real definition of a
Caller,
simp.
please, motherfucker.
And that's
You're
the thing.
calling in our show. Motherfuckers don't want to
Hey, he
hear
hurt.
this
His
shit.
feelings hurt, man.
God
You
damn
see,
it, calm the
shut
fuck
up.
down, man. Relax. Look, even the women, look, the women in this room can see right through your motherfucking ass. Can you please shut the fuck up with that stupid shit and let us help you? Can we
We
let us
can't help him because he already sharp.
God damn, he ain't sharp as shit. Sharp as a
Hey,
dull blade.
if that's the kind of sharp he is,
Fuck.
his sharpness can't even cut us butter.
God damn, dog. Even with the knife is hot.
Even
Come
when
on,
the
dog.
motherfucking knife is out. Any motherfucking way, Mr. Cool. I don't have nothing else to say to your ass because you're full of shit and you're a liar. And you know you ain't gonna go one-on-one with the motherfucker because all you're gonna do is start talking about, well, if this was that and blah blah blah, you don't have no respect or you disrespect. Who gonna respect the motherfucker that don't respect himself? You don't respect your goddamn self, or
Because
you be saying that goddamn shit.
well, Bud, because of the book Think and Go Rich, you've got to be able to tell your point and cry a little bit, and you've got to go to the mountains.
Hey, motherfucker, I know that is a direct passage from that book, and you ain't even read it because, hey, I read that book 700 years ago, and it was titled something else. The motherfucker Think and Grow Rich. Hey, one thing I will say, that title was correct. You can think and grow rich, but what you think has a lot to do with your growing rich.
Yes, what you think. And what you think is that you don't like your motherfucking self, dog. You hate yourself.
That's why you fake like you do, man.
Yeah, man. Look at how you talk, man. You don't like yourself. And you want to know how you know?
You can hear his fake ass voice.
Hey, because people that love themselves can see people who don't even like themselves. Did you know that, caller?
I know about the ego big time, and y'all didn't say the word hate or love since before I
Hey, bro. Just
yeah.
because you can say, and you think because you can
'Cause I'm
talk.
trying to build with y'all. Ain't nobody trying to
Can
tag
you?
out nothing.
Bro.
That ain't
Listen
part of
at
my
this
job.
motherfucker,
That
man.
ain't building nothing.
All right, caller, can you please be quiet? We're trying to talk to you, please.
Hey. The thing is, bro, just because you talk, you know how to talk, don't mean you have something to say.
Oh, wait. Hey, caller, allow us to caller. Let me talk to you. Okay, caller? I need you to talk back to me. Nashni oyata paitua.
Munata ba di
Huh?
dagna.
Bashni do mata paiata yanda thinking grow rich pussy pata.
You gonna be saying
Hey.
I'm trying to stay with the
No,
culture.
caller. I was
Lot of
talking to you.
dudes
Hey,
be trying
wait,
to
caller.
maniacs
You
out
could
here.
wait. You couldn't decipher the language. You didn't hear what men who love themselves talk like. Then that makes my point.
Hey, that's right. Cause if you couldn't understand what we were saying, you must be from Earth. Because real motherfuckers shit. We know we ain't from this motherfucker, and we ain't bound by the shit you motherfuckers think. We think our own shit.
Knock knock buck.
No, talk about.
I ain't gonna stop not listening. I mean, y'all always dropping game, but
No, we
y'all
are, John.
connection,
We're
that
just
stuff
trying to
is more
tell you to stop.
tangible.
Hey, stop trying to. Hey, caller, stop trying to drop game. That's what we're saying. Stop trying to. Don't
I'm
do
not
that.
trying.
Hey, caller.
Like,
Let me ask you something.
I'm
Caller.
here now, but I hope y'all can hear me. If y'all
Hello,
can,
caller.
if I can,
Caller, can I ask you something?
please, go.
You got to be 25.
He said
I'm
31.
31. I ain't gonna lie. 31, man.
You're 31.
Yep.
And when you listen to this call, I want you to know we have a lot of 25-year-olds on here. And see, don't you sound just like them? You make as much sense as they make. And everything you're saying is general. So that means it could go any way. You're not saying anything where you have a position you're taking and you're going to stand on it. You're going to say whatever you say, and you're going to really say it because you know there's nothing to stand on, and you ain't going to have to stand up for whatever the fuck you're talking about. Period. You a chump, man.
That's what.
You a chump. Yeah, you a chump.
All right.
I mean, you just gotta say you're right because you gotta.
No, because that's all the way false. When I first popped off with my connection of a word, I told you I just made a post in the beginning of the year. How can you love life if you don't have a love life? I need y'all to think.
Wait.
No, you said how can you have a love life if you don't love life?
If you don't have a love
Motherfucker,
life.
fuck life. Fuck.
So when I'm 31, you say I'm 25. Just know, I ain't probably touch money like y'all.
No. It's not about money.
Like
it's not. No.
I ain't have none.
No, we know you. You know.
Dean, did you hear us mention any of the shit he mentioned?
What the fuck does he mean to touch life? What the fuck are you talking about?
Because when you're not really on Earth anymore and you really know how the game go to get ahead and get that pussy, regardless what the fuck she feeling, knowing damn well she gonna ride off of your steam.
Hey, is that what we talking about getting pussy, man?
The average nigga that's working a job, he don't know nothing about. So I could sound 25, but my shit probably older than y'all, man.
Yeah, your shit is older than mine because tired motherfuckers, they've been working harder. Your shit tired. Hey, cool though, man. I will give you this. You're confident in yourself, so go on and do what you do.
That's a good thing. So love yourself, loving yourself.
Yeah, go on and do what you do, bro.
Love yourself, loving your life. Hey, and listen. When you get next to the bunny rabbits, ask them how good the grass tastes, because you should learn how to eat meat. All right, buddy.
I guess sounding intelligent sound white to you. Guy.
Hey, that's
I
you,
guess.
you hear that now he done gave himself up. The reason he sound like he does, he is trying to sound intelligent.
Intelligent. He's trying. Hey, are you trying to?
That's why he sound like that, man.
Yes,
That's
yes,
why he
yeah,
think the
yeah,
No,
things
no,
he
no, no.
think
Look,
yes,
let me
because he's
no, no,
intelligent.
no.
Hey, are you
But you
intelligent
are
to
being
whose
smart.
definition?
I don't believe in that. I don't believe in somebody
Whose
being smart.
definition are you intelligent to?
Somebody can have smarts, but let me tell you
Hey
about
man, can you
intelligence
click this
caller,
also.
motherfucker off?
caller. Can you please be quiet,
OG.
caller,
Because
No,
y'all
hey
caller,
Dean,
OG.
I don't want
I'm
to.
caller,
still talking for a minute,
caller,
right?
caller,
But there's more than one
caller,
intelligence. There's not
caller.
just one intelligence.
Goodbye. Let's get this call right here. I'm sorry, everybody. He wouldn't shut the fuck up. Erico 214. Sorry for the wait. What's your name? What's your question?
Hey, yeah, I wanted to just give Rosebud his props. I was married at one time, and I stumbled across his channel, and just listening to him, it kind of reminded me of where I came from and how I used to be, with the information.
Okay, and that's great. But you know what? Why don't we ask a question to help you with the problems that you have right now, buddy?
Yeah, I seen him on The View at one.
No. Caller.
I
Wait,
seen him on The
caller.
View.
Wait, caller.
And I
Caller.
like how he
Caller.
handled
Hello.
himself
Caller. How
on
old?
The View.
Caller.
And that kind of inspired me to
Caller. Oh my God,
be
caller.
more.
Can you get off your speakerphone? Can you get off of your speakerphone? Because we can't. You're talking and we. Okay, caller, you there? Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. How old are you?
Can you hear me now?
Okay. How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 32.
Okay. So now,
And, I seen
wait,
Rosebud on The View,
caller. Stop.
I like how he handled himself.
Caller. Do you have a handicap or mental disability where you can't articulate us saying to please be quiet because we're trying to ask you something? Or do you want to keep running your mouth? What do you want to do, buddy?
No, go ahead, bro.
Okay, so.
Speak your talk.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm sure Rosebud appreciates what you're saying, but wouldn't it be better to call in and be more selfish and ask a question that can help you out right now, that you can take right now and indoctrinate it into you and go out there and use it? Wouldn't that be easier and better for you?
It might not be easier, but it would be better.
Will be better, right? Does that make any sense, young man?
Oh, this is my boy Rosebud.
Caller,
Hey,
I'm called. All right, look,
hey, man,
all right, bye, caller, goodbye. All right.
I love your stuff.
Oh my God, okay, people. All right, let's bring this next call in. Eric code 470. What's your name? What's your question?
Hey, what's up? This is Lyman.
What? Wait. I thought we got. Look, wait. You're back. Look, I thought you were gonna flutter with the bunny rabbit stuff. What is it that you want, buddy? What's up?
Yeah, the thing about a bunny rabbit, because it's all right if I sound somewhat intelligent. The way I sound white, I'm getting
Hey
white.
man, hey, you sound like you ripe to get played.
It's less of a hassle than dealing with
Oh
chicken
my
head.
God.
But,
Hey, Dean. See, this the thing about real game. We know shit to say to a motherfucker that we didn't read, and he ain't gonna be able to forget it. She ain't gonna be able to forget it. It's gonna haunt them until they address it. And when they address it, they're gonna get more clarity on why we see what the fuck we see. That bullshit you talking is very visible. It's clear you're cellophane. You know, I'm 72. I done ran into about 560 of you motherfuckers.
Yeah, and I want to tell you about the rabbits and everything, because the rabbits in the book that I read, how bunny rabbits eat grass. I mean, that's how you sound, big dog.
Okay. I guess sounding
Hey, if it was okay, you wouldn't have had to call back.
You would.
Just to close out what we were saying.
Hey, bro. If things was okay, you would not have had to call back. Things were not okay.
Oh my
because
God.
your ass is thinking about what the fuck we said.
Come on, dog. What's going on, man? Hey, dog. Okay, you can. What's her name and how can we help you? Because I know you have good issues. How can we help you, dog? It's okay. Sometimes they want to say things, and then the underlying current is a woman that you cannot get that walked away from you.
Weak, man. He weak and he know it. And
right.
He heard the weakness in what we said to him, man.
So, okay, sir. So what's
you
name?
Really fucked him up when you talked about the bunny.
Yeah, right. No,
that motherfucking shit is fucked up until he can call back and then start crying. Now he can start explaining. Go ahead, motherfucker, start explaining why you a punk.
So yeah, I called back because I ain't no hot-headed nigga that's just gonna hang up. I'm a hard-headed nigga.
Wait. No, we hung up because you wouldn't shut up. No, we hung up because you wouldn't shut up. We kept.
When you start, and let me tell you the mistake you make, bro. When you start talking, you stop listening, and sometimes while you're talking, you spark a thought in the person you're talking to, and then they say something, and you sort of hear it. You don't get it, but you hear it. You don't even hear the shit.
Oh my God!
You keep talking, bro. So we know you ain't got no game because you wouldn't have made it. If you didn't have no game, you wouldn't be 31.
Yeah. So are you ready to learn? I mean, why don't you tell us what your problem is with women? How can we help you? How did you feel when she walked away from you on the bench after you called her pretty?
Caller number 5 next.
No, you didn't do that. You sat there and said,
didn't, but that's how I felt.
Oh, really? Did your book tell you that?
That one book I read since Art of War, Sun Tzu, since I was in the Marines when I was 21.
Oh my God!
Hey, bro, listen to me. Listen to me, man. You gotta stop referring to shit to make your points or to talk. You gotta base your shit on where you coming from. Fuck a book.
Yeah, fuck a book, dog. You gotta be the narrator, buddy.
I'm just saying, man. It's like you ain't said shit the Marines told you because you know we ain't trying to be no fucking Marine. Talk about life. Talk about what you know about life.
Yeah, because you're asking about relationships, but this is what our point is. You don't have a relationship with yourself. So why are you asking him about relationships when you don't have one with yourself?
And
a better question. Why are you asking about relationships when you don't have the most important one?
Of course, you don't think they know what the fuck they talking about. You're gonna go off whatever the hell you is ruminating in your head, and then like you're gonna go off. And
hold on, I just asked you a question. You didn't give me an answer. You just rambled.
He's running.
Yeah, he's running. I just asked you a simple question. You can't give me an answer?
The answer is that I have a connection with myself. What you're saying that I don't, that's a lie. That's a fluke. That's a dream.
Wait.
Hey, D, let me just drop this on you. Hey, bro, when we say you don't have a connection with yourself, we say because, and then we say the reasons we saying what you saying. Like I said, all you do is make statements. You don't stand on shit. So if you got whatever relationship with yourself, you should stand on it. What the fuck is it? He didn't ask you 3 times.
The relationship I got with myself is that I'm a man, is that I do understand the difference between something is being feminine. The difference between tricking is like you don't need to pay for that bitch. And just knowing that everything that come out of my mouth.
Okay, caller.
That's my connection.
Caller, what came out of your mouth was the first thing that you said. You bitched about the generation, and then you used COVID as an excuse. That's where you fucked up. You were talking about shit, but you wasn't talking about yourself, which told me and this man above me who talks about ourselves because we're cocky and selfish and conceited.
Like a motherfucker, I don't think I ever heard you talk about COVID.
You never heard me talk about COVID? You never.
and kept going. We did our shows and shit.
And the only time you heard me talk about a bunny rabbit is when I bought my daughter a bunny rabbit for her birthday decades ago.
You bought it for your daughter.
Yeah, for my daughter. So that's the only time I talk about a bunny rabbit. So call her. Do you notice how we notice that you have a bigger problem because you're talking about, see, you want to blame the generation. You want to blame COVID. That's your problem. That's how I know you have a problem. Because a real motherfucking man is not going to blame anybody for anything.
The one motherfucker he gonna blame is himself.
Absolutely. I'm not, man.
I know
like
you're not
COVID,
usually.
that's not an excuse.
You're not blaming
that's
nobody.
Literally reason. I'm like 20, 31 years younger than y'all.
Dean, you hear he say he hear you and he agree with you and he go on with his little reason.
He going with his rant because wait. Are you telling me motherfuckers with game couldn't pull women during COVID?
No, I'm saying that the fact that niggas became in the house ass niggas after COVID, that fucked up the game.
What?
The game got fucking lost. I'm saying that was an
wait. How
thing.
is loving yourself? Yeah. How is loving yourself get lost in translate? Wait. How is loving yourself unconditionally? Well, how can love yourself? What are you talking about?
I'm about to answer.
Please.
All right. When before COVID, and people used to be outside a little bit more. People used to be a little bit more confrontational, a little bit more. Instead of these little niggas that like 13, 12, carrying pistols up in elementary school, not even just middle school. I grew up on that, but elementary school. And I got nieces and nephews. And I'm letting you know that how that shit changed the game on how you got how you got
You are so boring with that bullshit, man. You could be any peck of wood on the news, man.
Well, you know what, but I do want to know what owl is it on, big guy? What owl? What owl is it on? When you go shopping, what owl is it on?
It's on the I don't know owl.
No, is it they women usually say owl 7, and I'm talking about your box of man maxi pads. Because right now you are cramping and you are bleeding between your legs. So this is being brought to you by Man Maxi Pads. For all you guys out there, it's okay to bleed between your legs. So it's okay, dog.
If you bleed, it's okay. I don't bleed.
Yo, don't confuse passion from emotion, man.
We certainly clarified where we was coming from Jump Street. He said aisle 7, men's maxi pad.
Man maxi pad, bud. Get it right, Bashtia.
Man maxi pad.
Yes, man maxi pad. I heard they have wings and pearls. So it's okay now. You can stop the bleeding now by putting them on because apparently you pee sitting down. So emotional, so effeminate, so soft.
You don't even know. I fought my uncle because I wasn't trying to piss him down like a Muslim.
Oh my God!
You don't know the shit. You don't know how I said.
You don't know, but Steve, Rosebud, you got to understand it's this generation now. Why guys can't get girls and it's COVID now. Why guys?
One of the reasons is because these motherfuckers think they got to say some shit like that. Even if that shit was true, I wouldn't have never admitted that shit coming up.
Fuck no, because what does that say about you? They use an excuse.
I'm just saying, man, this motherfucker not only said it, he said it on the radio where other motherfuckers could hear.
Real life. Let me give you real life. So back before COVID.
Hey man, please get this guy off, man.
All right, well, caller. Well, thank you very much, caller. We appreciate your call and have a safe travel on your bus, okay, buddy? Have a good day, sir. Oh my God!
This dude was gonna be going on with that shit, and it was gonna.
All right, we got another call.
One of them motherfuckers, man.
Oh my God! 832. What's your name? What's your question, sir? How can we help you? 832 going once. 832 going twice. 832 last time. 832. All right, we'll let you go, guys. Lines are open, guys. If you have a question, we got you. We have a question right here. I think from a young lady. She says, why would a man draw a line of tolerance for his woman, but doesn't draw the same line for himself? That's what we're talking about. That's the one thing we're discussing. So many young men today make so many demands of women, Bud, but they don't make the same demands of themselves. They expect women to do all these things that they don't even do for themselves, Bud.
Hey, man, a lot of shit that I teach in my school got to do with sociology, but some of it has to do with psychology, how you think.
Yes.
And now, I asked one of my assignments, I asked every one of them, describe your ideal woman. Now, I get various descriptions. I'm not really talking about the description. What I'm talking about is not one describe themselves being worthy of this woman. Right. They just describe this woman. I would like her to listen to do this. I would like for her to do this. I would like, woo. Dude, what I would be the kind of dude that did this, that, and the other, and it would promote my woman. See, nobody talk like that. That's
and again, I think a lot of young men have the wrong interpretation of relationships. Because but you can't have an interpretation of something that you don't have with yourself. Well, wait, excuse me. I'm wrong. They have a relationship with themselves. They hate themselves. They put themselves down. They dog themselves out. They abuse themselves. So they have a relationship, but they ain't got this game where it's like you say, but do you know how fun it is to walk up to a woman in the moment you know she's wasting your time? Oh, we got a call, but you roll out and you just don't give a fuck.
Hell yeah, I know how fun it is.
We got a call. Area code 214. What's your name, sir? And what's your question?
Yes, sir. I was wondering,
sir, what is your name, sir? And what's your question? So, oh my God, is this the same guy? All right, we're gonna go ahead and let you go, dog. Listen. Please get some therapy, okay, buddy? And I'm dead serious. There's something wrong with you, buddy. We'll let you go because that's the same guy that called in. It's like weird. Area code 832. What's your name, sir, and what's your question? 832 going once, 832 going twice. After this point, we will block you from calling in. Peace. All right, we're gonna block that call. So, but back to what we're saying, bud. A lot of men don't realize how fun the game is. When you just don't care.
It's like anything. When you really don't care, it sort of feels natural. Yeah, that's because of how much work you didn't put into it, and now you reaping the rewards. The rewards when you didn't have it and you wanted it for a reason, and now you have these reasons because you worked so hard to get them. And that's what they kind of miss. The reward is in the end. You get some of the rewards while you're working for them or as you grow in it. But when you really be about it, see, everything comes to you in the end.
Okay, in a relationship, how do you maintain individual? What are you talking about? You always okay. I'm sorry. Okay, and we say grant her emotional safety in a relationship. But he said in a relationship. Wait. Well, you might have to call in because you're not okay. So
it seems like he's saying in a relationship, how do you keep that individuality and still grant her or let or allow her to have emotional safety? I mean, the question is oxymoron.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm trying to make sense of it.
It says one thing, but then it denies that thing on the second half of the question.
All right, so let me explain something about this person above me. Okay, he is John Dixon. Okay, the women that are in a relationship, they're in a relationship with him. He's still the individual. They're in the relationship with him. He's still maintaining who he is. He's never changing who he is. He is still all about himself, but he knows how to handle the woman and knows how to handle the things that she thinks about. See, the thing is, but what people don't understand is y'all got to understand women to understand relationships. because y'all don't pay attention to women. Y'all don't have conversations with women. Now, but they just want to smash them, but they don't know how to maintain anything. They don't know how to have conversations, know when you need to give her some structure, bud, right?
Yeah. It's a lot they don't know, and it's a lot they don't care to know.
Right.
Because we wanted, we didn't realize it, I guess, that how deep we wanted to know, but we wanted to know.
Yes.
And when we was coming up, we would find out one way or another, whatever it was, but we were very curious. We were not the kind of motherfuckers that just didn't want to know shit. You know, we wanted to know everything. But dudes start talking about it, we want to know about it already.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how it was, man. And we stayed informed.
Yeah, right, absolutely. And I think that was the thing that was so. See, but I don't think they understand that we're the CEO, CFO, and the owner. Well, of John Dixon Enterprises and me, Steve Williams, right? We own the building, right? And whoever comes in to have a relationship, I'm not talking a working relationship, but a sexual or intimate relationship with us, as soon as they walk through the doors of John Dixon, there's a statue of him probably holding an apple or some shit. But there are words behind him, like like the Roman.
No, hold on. Hey, me shooting pool on them pool balls you said.
Yeah, there are words of a model or a legacy or a vision statement or some kind of a statement to let the person know that this is what you're about to get yourself involved with. And if you do not like a man that has structure, a man that believes in loves himself, and a man that will let you go will let you go quickly, then the choice is yours. But the problem is these young men don't have when women enter their world, well, excuse me, let me change that because that's a lie. When they enter the woman's world, bud, there's the problem.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, they totally different than us,
yeah,
man.
It's totally different. Y'all are running behind pussy. You're trying to have a relationship with the pussy. And that's why the women don't want to fuck with you, because they're saying, damn, it's nothing wrong with wanting to fuck, bud, but when you have a relationship with yourself, you're the prize, bud.
Hey, man, and they don't realize it until you gone.
Yeah.
Hey, and then they call you and tell you about all this, and you was this, you was that. Yeah, I kept trying to tell your stupid ass that. That's why I left. I ain't gonna keep begging you to see me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you can't see me, you just got a short while to fuck with me, because you got to let me know you see me, appreciate what I do, who I am.
Yes. And I think so many young men fail to realize the points that we're making, because they want women so bad, but they don't want themselves badder. You know what I mean? They'll place the pussy above themselves, because again, we don't need women and we don't chase women. We offer them an opportunity to join a rare, powerful life of a man. But, bud, with that being said, is that you just can't walk the fuck in. You have to qualify to remain inside of it, bud.
Hey, once you get in, it's 800,000 times easier to get put out. Because I'm saying, hey, they get in there, man, and you be a certain way with them.
Yes.
And they love it. But
they love it. They
fall out and they act like they mad at you. And they can't stay mad, because 30 days you get in the car.
Yeah.
Get in the car.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it's great to let them know that, you know what, if I mess up, I'm gone. Okay. If things are not working out the way we want, again, but I don't think they understand the power of our relationship, because as a man, and I say this, but I throw it to you, it's that we're building kingdoms here in our mind. And we know our strengths, and we know we're treasured, and we know our value. So if I have a value and a love for myself, why the fuck would I mess with some low-hanging, bottom of the barrel woman that's gonna cause disruption in my world, bud? Because she has a fat ass.
Hey, you don't invite that shit because a
Right.
fat ass don't mean a good ass.
No, go talk on that, man.
Hey, I had I never forget Rhonda. Hey, I had a little thin bitch, 98 pounds, in her motherfucking ass, and she was like 5'6", 98 pounds, man. She had the littlest ass you want to look at, boy.
Oh my God.
That bitch had it good, man.
Oh, she do that. Hey, she do that ass on. She do that ass on you.
I thought it was gigantic when she threw it on me. Hey, D, she didn't throw it on me. She whooped it on me. Shit. Hey, but back to what we talking about. You got to be able to, or you got to stop being indirect.
Yes.
People, they hint, allude, the hope you get it type shit. No, you got to ask clear questions, especially if you got some kind of doubt about something. You got to clear it up, or you're going to grow a fractured relationship and it's going to break on your ass at the wrong time.
Yeah, and guys, we have about 10 more minutes left of the show, guys. If you have a question, please put a Q, call in. We got you covered, guys. But I mean, this is kind of like just scratching the surface, bud, because again, there's so much depth in a relationship that a man has to have. Like I said before, that when you have the relationship that you have with yourself, bud, you live by this code, you know what I mean? And the code has nothing to do with the woman, you know what I mean? You're not trying to, that's what I'm saying. But
the code has everything you owe yourself.
Yeah, God damn it, bud, motherfucker! God,
everything that you owe your goddamn self, has nothing to do with women.
It has nothing to do with women at all. It's just something that you have to feel for yourself. That's what women. That's why women want to fuck with us, bud, because they love that they just can't have us, and they gotta put work in. You know what I mean? It's just that. They chase, we choose. Okay. You see what I'm saying? They beg for the woman's attention. We grant opportunity. See the difference in it? It's like night and day with how men think that have relationships with themselves. And when a woman gets around a man that thinks like that, she's got to come correct, or she knows she gone.
And if she stay around, she gonna get to thinking like you.
Right. Oh yeah. And you know what? And we got one. Here we go. Question right here, guys. He says, if a woman says she only likes to be intimate when she's in a relationship, and I'm not in a relationship right now, should I just say goodbye, leave her alone? No, you give her. Okay. I don't understand, Joshua. Why do y'all allow women to just tell you shit? You know how many women, bud, have told you, come on, bud, let's think about it. Hey, bud, I'm not talking about the count. Don't think about the count, but you know, how many women have told us, John, I'm not that kind of girl, and she's fucking you later on that night. John.
Hey, if they didn't say they would never do that, I damn near wouldn't even fuck with them.
Exactly.
Hey, for a mother, see, this is the psychology of somebody. You back in the day, I'm talking about pimping hoes. I'm kicking some shit to the bitch. And she said she would never do that. We know for her to have that much emphasis on never, she had to think about it seriously at one time.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she say, no, I won't. You can flip that.
So Jonathan, I think, let me explain something real quick to you. A woman that makes that statement is based upon all the losers that were before you. So that means that her reality and her interpretation is that I don't believe in sex before a relationship because none of these guys are worthy of my pussy outside of a relationship. But that doesn't mean she's talking to us, bud. It doesn't mean
she ain't talking to us.
I'm saying when she's talking to me, but not in the terms of thinking I'm like them. Until she starts talking to me, she's gonna recognize, and she recognizing you too, bud, the way saying you're cut from a different cloth. And because you're cut from a different cloth, she's got to move differently than she moves with other guys with you, bud.
Hey, for sure, man. I definitely understand that.
This guy said, if you ask a woman a question the first time, you texted her and she responded later, but never responded or acknowledged your question, do you leave it alone or you don't text? Come on, dog. You can't. This is.
I don't text.
Wait, Bud. Come on, dog. This is common sense. You know, Bud, sometimes the answer is what in the question?
You can't really ask a question unless part of the answer is in it.
Right. So, okay. So if you ask what's the question you asked a woman, number one, but if you ask a woman a question and she didn't acknowledge the question that you asked, do you think she's interested in you?
Hey, Dean, to me,
it's crazy, man.
That thought don't even cross my mind.
Yeah, well, because you're cut from a different cloth.
Man, to me, I really don't remember who she is, so I'm going on the way I think about shit, which is I'm finna get this bitch some action, and if she responds properly, it's on and cracking.
All right, let's look at this one. You can't live with them, and you can't live with them. I guess you might mean without them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he misspelled it, but what I'm saying is why do you care? Why do y'all? Okay, listen. Why do y'all think the way you do? And then you got to ask yourself, why am I alone? Look at
but see, what his statement is saying about him is exactly that he's alone and he's convincing himself that that's how it's going to be.
Right. This question here is, what advice would you give a young man that plans on having kids? A young man, for me, Bud, I would tell you not to have kids. Well, for me as a father, we're fathers, but what my whole thing is school. It doesn't have to, it's me as a parent, but get yourself together first. Live your life.
That is the only requirement.
Yeah. Get yourself together, live your life, get your life together. But kids are gonna happen. I mean, we can't expect, you to do everything the right way. Not everybody's gonna do that, but you just have to understand to learn the responsibilities that come along with having children. And you got to think about doctor appointments, but you've got there's so many
things. About so many
things. Yeah. So don't have any kids right. If you're young, don't have any kids right now, but you can go through the process of fucking, but please wrap up. Don't have any children.
You know that. I think you could go through your 20s without kids.
Yeah. You definitely can. It's just that I wouldn't. It's just a lot of y'all guys don't. Okay, wait a second. Steve, I asked her the one question from 2K. Well, no, but what I'm saying is that if you asked her the question, dumb fuck, and she didn't answer you, I don't understand. I feel like there's a disconnection. I keep telling you, action equals truth. Her actions are going to tell you exactly what you are to her. So if she doesn't answer the question that you're asking, she's not fucking with you, man. Why do they make this so hard, bud?
Because they can't take the truth.
This is crazy.
The truth of the matter is you're not even on her Richter scale.
At all. And you just got to accept that. So guys, we got a few more minutes.
And that's what it means, period. And that's what you got to accept.
Yeah. Guys, you got a question, please go ahead and call in right now. I've got one, or put it in the chat. We got y'all. We got a few more minutes left. But no, this is not making sense. What's not making sense is you would ask an asinine question. See, Bud, you got them in your class, and I got them in mine, so it's all the same. See, they just don't want to listen, and they don't want to learn anything. At what age would you say it's too late for kids as a fella? Please don't call yourself a fella anymore, or stop that, number one. But
what age would it be too late for kids?
Yeah, too late. Yeah, that's
too late for what?
Yeah, what is too late?
Man, I don't know what he's talking about. And
Yeah.
as long as the motherfucker my kid, it ain't too late.
Trey says, do you think it's normal for young men to go through these problems, or is it well, no. Wait a second. You want to blame our wait, get the fuck out of here, man. See, this is why most of y'all will never get any pussy. You coming out the gate. Wait a second. When is it another person's responsibility to lead your motherfucking ass? What is this our leaders? What the fuck do you mean our leaders? The fuck are you talking about? Bud.
Hey man, that shit is. How do you respond to that?
How do you?
I mean, a motherfucker that even asked something like that.
Oh my god!
He follows magazines and different articles.
You're really fucked up, dog.
He don't have opinions about shit.
Because you know what your leaders will tell you to do is shave your hair, get rid of your locks, clean your fucking self up, look presentable, and get a goddamn decent job. But you don't want to. But by no disrespect, by your thumbnail right there, it looks like you just don't give a fuck about life. You just don't, and it's cool if you don't give a fuck. Now, I'm not knocking your hairstyle, but it looks like you don't give a fuck. But what problems are you going through? Because you create all the problems that you have right now, bud.
Well, that's the point, man. The problem you have right now stem from you lying to yourself about important issues you have. And until you stop, these problems are going to pop up in the middle of your progress. They're going to pop up.
Right. And you're never going to get anywhere, young man, sitting around being a victim. You can't be a victim. You cannot be a victim. And you're just talking like one. You know what?
You could be a victim long as you're a victim. That means that if you're getting beat up, while you're getting beat up, you're a victim. But after that, how are you going to be a victim?
Right. Right. And look, stop looking at the leaders and talk to your father if he's there. And I'm not being a dick here, Trey. But you're looking at okay, you understand people don't give a fuck about you. And people are going to tell you to do one thing one time. If you don't listen, they're going to be like, fuck you. They're not going to. Okay, but I don't think people understand. Real motherfuckers are going to tell you guys 1 or 2 times to do something. And if you don't do it, they ain't going to fuck with you no more because they're not going to waste their words on motherfucking that won't listen, bud.
Hey, man, a real motherfucker will tell you something. Will show you, will tell it to you once.
Yes.
Show it to you, which makes him tell it to you twice. But after that, he ain't fucking with you.
He ain't fucking with you. Right.
Everybody ain't gonna get what you or I know, Dean, on the first try.
Never.
So you give them a second chance. But after that, man, they got to earn their way back up.
They got to earn their way back in. Right. Listen. It's so simple. It's complicated real quick, but before we wrap this up. And that's what I'm saying. The relationship thing that people don't understand is so simple that it's complicated because they're looking at it through their viewpoint and their concept, bud. That It's never going to help you. You're never going to grow from your concept. You have got to have somebody to bring you out of your concept into a new way of thinking. It is your thinking that is holding you back. But watch this. It's your relationship with your thinking that is holding you back. But you won't break up. See what I'm saying, bud?
Yeah,
you won't break up. Right. You're buying fear and all these other things. You're having flowers. You're taking them to dinner, bud. You're listening and coddling them. Hey, rowing a boat while that motherfucker's twirling a umbrella and shit, bud. Y'all are having the wrong relationship. You have got to break up in order to create a better relationship. So with that being said, guys, Bud, stay right there. We'll holler at y'all later, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. We'll see y'all guys next Monday, man. We're out this joint. Peace.